All right, folks, good morning. Here is a 1 month update in my crypto journey as it pertains to power nodes. And so, what are we going to do over the next little bit? We're going to take a look at power. We're going to take a look at the chart. We're going to take a look at some of the innovations that are coming down the pipeline from power. And we're going to just spend a little bit of time thinking about my thoughts on whether or not I think this was a good investment. We'll also do a quick editorializing on the entire node space. And so here we go. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate a like and a subscription. I'm going to try to provide every morning a little bit of great content for you as it pertains to the crypto space, whether that's a project I'm in, a project I'm interested in, or just some general thoughts on the crypto space. It's a fascinating and rapidly changing landscape, and I would love to be on that journey with you. So let's go through power. We are about a month in to my journey into power. As you can see, I have 8.255 power rewards. I have claimed at least once since I got into power. I'm earning 0.7 per day. So I have one nuclear generator right here. So I do have one nuclear generator there. And I'm earning 8.2 5 over this little bit, $11.77 in unclaimed rewards, or right now I'm earning right at $1 a day. Okay, so power is $1.43, and we're going to come back to this because I do think that this is an important piece of the puzzle here as we're looking at power. And Phantom, right? This is built on the Phantom blockchain. Phantom is at $1.19. Okay. So in the last month, we have seen Phantom decrease, but we've seen power from where I bought in at, I created my generators where power was worth 9-ish and some, and we're now at $1.43. Now, this is not unique to power. We've seen every node project, with the exception of a few that were either truly innovative or, or just really, they're good projects, right? Like, so I'm thinking of Comb, another project I'm in. That's been, and even then, Comb has seen at this point now, or as of late last night, I haven't checked the price of Comb yet this morning. They've dropped from a high of 300 down to 50, and so it's not unique to power right now that the price has decreased. The entire node space has been hit pretty hard. Okay, so we're going down here again. I haven't compounded. I'm working on getting my ROI out. I do have a little bit of a thought now. So I have claimed some rewards. I think I claimed some at 5, maybe some at 6. Again, maybe some at 4, just to begin eating away at that kind of out-of-pocket capital expense that I have. One of the things that I am thinking through, though, my gut, and again, this isn't financial advice by any stretch of the imagination, but my gut here is that power may be around, right? And so I want to begin building up a reserve of power to potentially compound, while also thinking through this idea of getting my ROI back. And so what I think that I'm going to do is every 20 power I hit, I'm going to go ahead and claim 10 of that and then keep 10 in my wallet, right? And so that way I slowly increase. And then if the token keeps dropping, I'm gaining a little bit of my ROI back. Whereas if power shoots up, I'll have some in my wallet that I can sell a little bit off of, or alternatively, go ahead and compound. Now, in the last month, it is important to note that the generators did see an increase, okay? And so when I bought into power, a generator was 50 power, and you saw an ROI of 70 days. Now, a nuclear generator costs 75, and you have 107 days on your ROI. Now, that is, I think that this is a bit misleading. I would characterize that ROI actually as ROT, return on token, not return on an investment. ROI assumes that the price stays the same. And as we're going to take a look at here in the chart momentarily, the price certainly has not stayed the same. And so it's really an ROT, a return on token. And so I do think this is a bit misleading from companies that are saying that they are ROIing. You have the ability to, and I guess that is true. You do have the ability to ROI, but you do not have the very likely you're not going to see an ROI, you're going to see an ROT. And even in one of the AMAs, it may have been last week's AMA, they acknowledge that. They acknowledge that you're not going to, they can't guarantee an ROI. They're thinking through ways to make the project sustainable. And so perhaps they can ROT, okay? So this is kind of where I'm at with power. I'm obviously still down on the investment, but you know, it's interesting. This certainly has been a learning curve into the node space for me. I'm okay with this. I think that the real strategy comes in this idea of, do you attempt to get that ROI? Do you work on compounding? Do you have some combination of the two? I think because the token is so far down, right? I think that it makes the most sense, for me at least, to do a combination of the two between ROI and compounding. Okay, so let's take a look at the chart. So again, I got into power somewhere in this 9-ish range. So I'm guessing around the beginning of March. And so if we were to, I'm not quite as good on this DEX screener as I am on a chart like TD Ameritrade. And so you can see that with the exception of just a couple of bumps, right, we've been in a pretty significant downtrend. We have stabilized a little bit. Let's go to the 4-hour chart here. And, you know, we're not seeing quite as large of a decline. And so, yeah, nice little bump there that you could have sold into. But really, as we just do this 4-hour chart, really nice spike here. I mean, this is a 4 to 7, so it's a 75, 80% spike. You know, I'm guessing that my entry point was somewhere in this range. It might have even been here. I want to recall that 930 was about the price I paid. But and this is why all node projects are struggling, right? And they acknowledge this in their Discord. You have sales, right? This is intended to be a passive income protocol. And so you just see, I mean, one buy, right? One buy in the last hour. Let's keep going down. You've got 2 more buys there, a couple of buys. Really, you're just seeing a sea of red. And let's go here. So in the last 5 minutes, there have been 5 sells, 0 buys. 1 hour, 7 buys, 31 sells. 6 hour, 184 sells, 57 buys. 24 hours, 897 sells, 227 buys, right? And so, of course, when you see that kind of deflationary pressure, you're going to see charts like this. And so really, as I begin to understand and conceptualize this node space a little bit more effectively, it seems to me that you know, you have a couple of things to learn. One, obviously getting in early while the marketing is great and folks are wanting into the project is clearly the way to go. 2, though, if you do get in later, you do see a project that seems to have good developers, seems to have an active community behind it. You have options as to your compounding strategy, and I don't think that there is a one-size-fits-all. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all for every protocol here in this space. And so, yeah, I think that that's important for us to think through. But then 3, there is going to be this sell pressure that is going to take unique perspective. I think it's going to take unique thought. And I think it's going to take developers that are doing some out-of-the-box work in order to combat this pressure. Okay. So again, clearly the chart is showing us a pretty major sell pressure. So good. All right. Now, I do want to do a little bit of updates. Yesterday, we did actually get some news dropped, and we're going to go through this. So it does look like they are going to be introducing a sliding tax system. So the sliding tax system, right? 60% initial claim tax, 30% after 7 days, 20% after 15 days, 15% after 30 days, 10% after 60 days. And so there is significant percentage incentive for you to continue to hold your token, okay, and to not claim. So there is that. Every time you claim your rewards, your claim tax will reset back to 60%. Let's say you claim your rewards after 60 days. That means you'll get a 10% claim tax. After you claim, it will reset the cycle and go back to 60% claim tax. And so I do think it's important, okay? And then interestingly, claim tax timer is different for every tier. So that is important, okay? So I think that, we're looking through, and I think that Power is trying to be innovative. I think they've realized that their price action isn't great. They do recognize, though, that it is a passive income protocol, and you're going to have whales specifically that are going to say, hey, I want my return on investment as quickly as I can. And so you're just going to see folks dump the token. And we got to figure out ways, and the node space has to continue to evolve to combat this. Okay, final thoughts on Power. This was my first protocol. I am pleased that I did get into Power. It's certainly a learning curve. I have learned so much. It's been almost an obsessive thing for me over the last month as I've learned everything. And we're going to have videos on things like Comb and the deeper network and GPU mining and helium mining, right? And so all of those things are coming. And so this has been a just insane jump into the space. And I'm extraordinarily thankful for jumping into the crypto world. And I think that it's going to eventually pay dividends for me. And I just am so thrilled about what I'm doing here in the space. Okay, that is where we're at right now. If you have any questions or comments about Power, I'd love to engage with you. Feel free to reach out via YouTube. If you want to connect via Discord, shoot me a message or shoot me a comment on YouTube, and I'll look forward to continuing our work in this space with you.